Welcome back to the channel, folks. So this morning we're going to take the 2020 Hellcat Redeye, only 2 months old, maybe less than 2 months old, with about 2,700 miles on it. Yes, I drove it way more than I thought I would for the first couple months. Anyways, and we're going to find out what they would give me for the car if I had to sell it today, which I don't. And no, before you give me crap about wasting CarMax people's time, I'm not. I bought cars from them before. They're really cool about this. I'm going early Sunday morning when they open, so I'm not going to take up a bunch of their time away from other customers that are really going to sell their cars. So don't get triggered. It's all good. Then let's chat in the car a little bit, because I just passed 40,000 views and I don't know how many comments, hundreds of comments, and tons of emails and Instagram messages on my What I Do for a Living video. And I wanted to share a couple of the most often asked questions and my answer to try to help and take care of a lot of those responses just on a video, even though I have so far responded to every single one of them, and I will continue to do so as I can get to them, for sure. So, but first, let's do the YouTube staple here, which is the cold start.
$8 an hour is what I'm worth. Putting shingles on houses that I can't afford. That's 64 for an 8-hour day. A family of 4 can't live that way. So now I'm working nights, parking cars at the club. On a good night I make 50 bucks. I take it all home and I add it all up. Somehow an 80-hour week just ain't enough.
Alright folks, so we're headed to CarMax, find out what they'll give us for the 2020 Hellcat Redeye wide body. On the way though, I thought I would answer some of the questions that, some of the most popular questions, most prevalent questions, and most asked questions that I got on my What I Do for a Living video that's passing over 40,000 views now. So many people have private messaged me, emailed me, and commented on that video, and you've all been so incredibly gracious that I'm humbled. And I figured at the very least it would just make sense for me to address some of those questions to everybody, because maybe there's a lot more people out there that have these same questions, and they kind of hit me right here, where I feel like it's going to help the universe if I just give my opinion. And remember, these are opinions. You don't have to share them. You don't have to get all upset in the comments section if you don't like the way I think of things. This is just my opinions. As a matter of fact, if you disagree, respectfully tell me in the comments section that you disagree and why. I can be turned, I can be changed, so what the heck. So here's one of the first questions, and many of the people have asked this question, and it's, you know, all different age groups, but it was, do you think I can do it? Do you think I can do what you do? Do you think I can be successful in anything? I'm 19, I'm 17, I'm 21 years old, one of them was I'm only 18, another one, actually several, I'm 60, I'm 65 years old, I'm starting all over, I'm going through a divorce, you know, I'm on my knees, like, don't know what to do with myself, I've had illnesses, I've had challenges, how do I bounce back, and do you think I can do it? And here's my response to do you think I can, which I can't believe how many people are asking that, so I feel like I need to get this out to everybody out there. Hell yes you can. And let me just tell you, the first thing is, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. We've all heard that before, and if you haven't, there you go, you've heard it now. If you think you can't, or you are not sure if you can, then you're probably right. You need to decide in your head that you are so absolutely sure that you can, that nothing in the world will stop you. That it doesn't matter what gets in your way, you're going to push through that. I was asked by my late father-in-law that recently passed away, a few years ago when I had to restart all over again. Actually, it was about 3 years ago, after having to change companies 6 years ago, after a rough recession and really taking a bad financial beating myself and starting all over when the previous company's owners blew up their company, and it was just a big mess. I had to start all over, and it was rough, and in my head it really screwed me up. Like, am I as good as I was there, or was I good there because of what was there? And I had to go through all that stuff. And I'll tell you, I started with a plan. I knew exactly what I had to do, and I kept telling myself, you got this, you're good, don't let anybody tell you you're not, and just make it happen. And I went and made it happen. And like 3-4 years later, Christmas time, late father-in-law, didn't talk a lot, he had been through that, head injury, but he was still, you knew he was still there. And he says, did you ever imagine being where you're at now? Did you ever imagine having this level of success and things being what they are? Like, it's better than I could have ever even imagined. And I looked at him and I said, yeah, man, I did. I mean, I didn't expect it to be as good, but I knew it was going to be good. I knew it was going to be successful. I knew we were going to make this thing happen. And the bottom line is, I wouldn't have led so many hundreds of people into my universe if I didn't think it was going to happen. That would be so incredibly selfish. In my head, I knew it was going to happen. There was no way it wasn't going to happen. And if it didn't happen, I was going to be dead trying. So that's the mentality you've got to have. If you're down right now and you're thinking, I can't do this, I don't know if I can, I don't know if I can be like that guy, just, you are better than that guy. You just got to decide in your head you want it more than breathing, and you're going to go out and get it, and nothing's going to stop you. And you're going to figure it out, and you're going to learn, and you're going to fail and fail and fail and fail and then succeed. That's what happens. I had bad days, I had good days, but I had more bad days than good, but the good days made up for the bad, so you just keep on pushing through. So I don't care if you're 17, 18, 19, heck, I was 16 years old, 14 years old, selling CB radio equipment and rewiring microphones and charging all these 50-year-old CB radio people and truck drivers driving to my house. I was charging them to rewire microphones and fix PC boards and fix their power supplies, and it's just incredible, until the Federal Communications Commission showed up at my house and confiscated all my equipment because I had made a couple errors in judgment with wattage, and that's a whole different story. And nonetheless, I was absolved and went in the military, and life was grand. But nonetheless, folks, you just decide you want something, and then you go and do it, and you don't let anybody tell you you can't. And that's going to lead to probably down towards the last question. I'm trying to go as fast as I can here so I don't keep you guys in a long video. So next one is, everyone tells me, this one's probably my favorite. Everyone tells me I need to do something I love. And a lot of you youngsters out there, 19-year-olds, 18-year-olds, your family and your friends and even your parents, and look, they're going to never let you watch my channel again after I answer this question, but they tell you, well, you need to go do something you love. Let me just tell you something. At 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, you don't know what the heck you want to do. So I don't know what they're talking about. Go do something you love. You don't even know what you love. You haven't figured that out yet. I can tell you right now, if you have, outstanding, but most of you have not figured that out yet. And you probably won't figure it out until you try some things and realize that you hate those things. In your head, what you think would be great probably isn't that great. My late sister, fortunately lost her too, God rest her soul, my late sister decided that she wanted to be a veterinarian, so she went to school and she became an assistant. First day working in a veterinarian office, she realized it was the worst job in the world because she had to witness and be part of putting animals down and the ultimate disposal of these creatures. It broke her heart, destroyed her. She goes, that's not what I thought it was going to be. She found out really quickly that it's not something she loves. You got to do something that's going to get you to where you want to get. So remember, we need to focus on where we want to be, not in our work life, but in our personal life. Our personal life is where we enjoy everything, where we embrace everything, and we remember everything. And at the end of our lives, we think back on not what we did for a living, but what we did with our families and our friends, and that brought joy and happiness to our lives personally, not as much professionally. You could be a billionaire and have a miserable personal life, and that's just, what's the point of being a billionaire? So work to live. Don't live to work, right? Work to live. So when you work to live, you go out and you find something that'll help you achieve the objectives and the lifestyle you want. And sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, you may not like that thing. You may actually hate it, but it'll get you to your objective of where you want to go to. What I will tell you is, over time, hopefully, you'll be successful enough in whatever it is you're doing, because you work really hard and really smart, that you can afford to have a hobby, which is what you love, which is this YouTube thing. I love doing this YouTube thing. It's not going to pay the bills. I also love my other job, but it took a long time to get there, and I don't always love it. Sometimes it's not that much fun. Sometimes it's pretty hard. During the recession, 2007, 8, I didn't like my job at all. Both those years were horrible. I'm laying people off. I'm watching horrible things happen everywhere. It was difficult. We were foreclosing on people's homes. It was miserable. So, you know, I don't want to do this because I don't love it anymore. That's ridiculous. Now, if you can, whatever you do, find something about it that you love to do. Be really good at it. At my job, I love to motivational speak, love to public speak, I love to train, I love to coach, I love to inspire, I love to help people move forward. That's not even in my job description, but it makes everything that I do so much better and helps me reach that level of success that I'm at right now. So find something about what will get you where you want to go. Because if you say, I want to do what I love, okay, cool. You know, you love working on cars. You know, maybe you can make good money as an auto mechanic, but you're probably not going to be a millionaire working as an auto mechanic. So you got to figure something else out and then work on cars as a hobby. Maybe that's the solution, but you got to figure it out. I figured out that the real estate business overall, it's a big ticket item and there's a lot of money to be made there. So I'm going to go do that. As an introvert, to go into something that required that I sell was hilarious. It wasn't who I am. Remember, as an air traffic controller, you didn't have to have a bunch of personality. You just had to have a quick brain. That's what I had. Getting into this, I knew this would get me where I wanted to get. You know, people still ask me this day, why'd you get into real estate? Because I wanted to buy a cool car. That's it. I saw a bunch of real estate people. They all had really cool cars. I'm like, I think I can do that. I want to go get a really cool car too. So I figured it out. Now it pays the bills, takes care of the family, and it's been a great business for me. And there's a lot about it that I love. But there's other things I love, maybe even more sometimes. So stop listening to people telling you, you got to find something you love and you'll just be great at it. No, find something about what you're going to do that you love, and then have that hook you in to be really good at what you do. And then find enough success in that to where maybe someday you can go out and actually just do what you love. But, you know, this is crazy. This is craziness. These kids are getting told that. One of my close friends told me that he's, oh my God, Brad, I've been screwing up. I've been telling my kids, focus on finding what you love. And they don't even know what the hell they love yet. I'm like, yeah, you see the problem here? They don't know what they love. So here's the deal. Tell them to do what will make money. So one, you don't have to pay for their entire lifestyle right now. And help them go out and find what they love over their lifetime. That would be very nice. But in the meantime, make a lot of money doing something and being really good at something and finding something about that something that you like, that you love. Okay? Next, and I'm sorry, it's just this whole spoiled universe we're in right now where you gotta find what you love. You gotta find what you love to do. Okay, well, I love fish. Well, then go work at the local fish store and you're gonna be broke, right? It just drives me crazy. All right, so the next question was, how can I get successful? What are some key points of advice you can give me to find success in this world, to be able to go and buy and get the things that I want to get and live the life I want to live? So, you know, one kid, I wrote him back and I said, well, first of all, this is going to be painful and this is hard, but you're going to have to do this. You're going to have to look around and see who you hang out with. And one good test you can do with your friends is you go tell them, hey, guys or gals, over the next 3 years, I want to make $300,000. I want to do something that over the next 3 years will get me to a place to making $300,000 a year. This year, I want to make, you know, 50 or 100. The next year, I want to exponentially grow it to 200,000. And that third year, I want to make $300,000 and then grow from there. But if I can get to 300,000, I think I'll be pretty good. Okay, cool. And then if those friends start laughing at you, get rid of those friends or hang out with them very rarely, because they will only only discourage you by telling you it can't be done. They may not say it like that, like you can't do it, but they will laugh, they will joke, they'll make fun of you. That's where the jealousy comes in and the small minds come in. You've got to get rid of those people. I had a lot of friends in the past, and even when I was in the military, that said, oh, you're going to go out there in the world and you're going to get eaten alive. You think you're going to go make, you know, $300,000, $400,000. You think you're going to be able to do that? There's no way. And then I would just stop hanging out with those people because they were crapping on my dream. So I don't want them around me. And unfortunately, when you've got 98% of the universe never going to make that kind of money, then you're hanging out with people that probably can't ever envision themselves making that kind of money. So you're hanging out with people that are only going to be grabbing your shirt and holding you back from getting there. And the first friend that says, you know what? I believe you can do it. I mean, you're amazing. So many things about you are what I love, why I love hanging out with you. And I think you can do it, man. And by the way, I'd like to go with you on that journey. So let's talk about this and see if we can, you know, maybe parallel each other's lives. And I want to do it too. Maybe I can help support you. You can help support me. We can push each other. And suddenly you just found the best friend in your life because that person is actually supportive of you. Make sense? So when I told this kid this, I mean, I'm like emphasizing this more than anything else. You need to figure out who you're hanging out with in life and make sure it's people that are only going to help push you forward and not pull you back. That's so critically important. The next thing is become determined and use the fire in your belly to propel you every single day. Go out there and go after it. And whatever it is you decide to do, make sure that you're better at it than anyone else. Remember, everyone around you will want you to be average like them. That's what will happen. The world wants you to be average because when you raise the bar, it makes everyone work harder. And people don't like that. They don't like people like that. But here's the deal. You've got to close your eyes and you got to keep pushing past. So if you're at work right now, you have a job right now, and when you go to work, you know you could do a better job, but you're worried about Mike or, you know, Bob around the corner who's going to hate you because you're going to do things way better and make him or her look bad. You've got to just shake it off. They will make your life miserable because you're doing that to them. But when the manager, the boss, or the president of that company comes out and says, why can't you all do it like this guy? Then you've succeeded. These people are going to hate you, but you will be going far and they will be promoting you in whatever you're doing, or you'll be able to go start your own business, no problem. So don't be average like everyone else. Just ignore what's going around you. The world's designed to pull you back to be average. I don't know why. It just is what it is. You know, I guess because there's not enough room at the top to have, you know, everybody go out and just be, you know, millionaires. But I can tell you, you've got to ignore it. You've got to stay away from these people, and you've got to push forward. And you've got to take the lumps. You've got to do it ethically. You've got to do it with integrity. You've got to do it with passion. Keyword, passion. The first multimillionaire I met that was coaching me to become successful bought me a big painting, came in, put it on my wall one day, and at the bottom of it, it said passion. He said, that describes you. And if that describes you, you're going to make it. But you've got to direct that passion ethically, morally, in the right direction to go be successful. With that, folks, we're at CarMax now, so I'm going to go in and find out how much they're going to give me for the car. Hopefully this helped you all. And if not, I'm sorry for the diatribe. Stay tuned. Let's go see what they'll give me for this thing. All right, so that was interesting. So the guy told me that they don't sell Hellcats here, that he's going to lowball me, and that they wholesale them off or ship them out, he said. So they don't even sell them here, but they sell all kinds of other beefed up cars. He says, I don't know why. He doesn't think their max carrier or something will allow them or cover them. So I don't know. So this should be interesting what they offer me. All right, folks, so guess how much they offered me for the car. This is where you pause the video and you go comment below with your best guess. Remember, I paid about $81,000 for the car. I've had it just under 2 months now. It's got 2,794 miles on it. And they told me they were going to lowball me. They told me that they don't sell Hellcats at CarMax, so they wouldn't even be keeping the cars, which means they would need to sell it off to somebody else, a third party, who would then go and sell it at their dealership or their lot, which means two companies now need to make some kind of profit for their time. So I guess I kind of understand the offer. Even though it does suck, it just makes sense. So they offered me $64,000 for the car. there you go. 64 grand for a brand new 2020, well, not brand new, but it's 2 months old. So they offered me about $17,000 less than I paid for it. I understand, I get it, that's the deal. They got to make money. They're probably not going to sell it for what I paid for it, for sure. It's probably going to go for, you know, in the 70s, mid 70s. So there's a little bit of money for everybody on this thing if I was to be crazy enough to sell it this soon. I have no intention on selling it. As a matter of fact, I've told my wife that I modified my will, that I plan to be buried in this car. I want her to, if I was to pass away, to buy a big enough plot to bury me in this car, tape my hands to the steering wheel, put my sunglasses on, and start filling the hole up with dirt. And then, because then everybody will know that I am happy for eternity. With that said, folks, thank you so much for watching my videos. Thanks for all the subscribers. You guys have been just amazing. It's like 1,700 more just in the last month, and 800,000 minutes of views, and it's just 150,000 views, and the channel keeps growing, and I just love and appreciate you all for sticking with me through this journey. So don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, and be nice. Be nice. Go away. And stay tuned for the next video. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Something about this math just don't add up. Something about this math just don't add up. I'm working for a living. I'm working for a living. I'm working for a living, and it's turning me cold.